on the hard difficulty, and just to make sure I am now on hard. There are a couple differences between hard and normal. The main difference being there is an extra mission at the very end of the level, or at the very end of the game. Um, there are a couple other minor differences that I'll explain. But I have on the couch commentary with me John and Pond. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm John Pond, and I'll be honest, I don't know much about this game other than watching Fallen stream, but I am a good friend of Fallen, and I watch the Jurassic Park movies, so I think I should be good.
Yeah, so this is a 2D side scroller, a run and gun type game. Um, and there's going to be a lot of this game isn't very glitch heavy, but there are a lot of tight inputs in order to nail the tricks. You're gonna have to do a lot of tight input presses, and I'll try to point out as many as I can as they come along. But I think we're ready to get started.
I think so too.
All right, so in three, two. Oh wait, hang on. The cutscene started playing. All right. Yes, we are on hard. All right. Three, two, one, go. All right, so to start off, we're going to mash through the main menu. The way this game is laid out is you have 6 main missions that you can select and you can play in any order you want to. And since we just want to go through the game as fast as possible, we don't care which one we play first. We just start from the top and mash through just to get there as fast as possible.
Not
Um,
a not a big trick heavy speedrun, but it's a big memorization speedrun. As you can see, it's just memorization spawns and when to jump to manip RNG for different dinosaurs.
exactly. There's very little RNG in this game. It really, how fast you go is really dependent on how well you can memorize spawns and just how fast you can get through them. One little movement mechanic that I'll be doing throughout the entirety of the run, they're called edge skips. Pretty much whenever I land on the very edge of something, I will be lurched forward very slightly. I'll try to point them out whenever they come up. But here I'm just gonna make my way through this facility. I have a few weapons that I can choose from to use. I have lethal weapons and non-lethal weapons. You want to use your non-lethal weapons on the dinosaurs because we are in Jurassic Park and you can see the dinosaur counter at the top of the screen. You don't want that to go too low or else you lose. That was very close. Um, Another mechanic about this game is we abuse a sprite limit, which you just saw how I was able to get past that raptor without getting attacked. Um, See, with the shotgun, for example, you can only shoot so fast because of how many sprites are on the screen at a time. But if you're right up against a wall or an enemy, then you can mash the shotgun as fast as you can, and all the shots will go through. And we're going to abuse that a couple times throughout the run. Um, yeah, another few minor things about hard mode, aside from the main extra mission at the very end, is enemy projectiles will fly out faster, and enemies have enemies have slightly more health than on normal. Coming up right here, I'm going to do an AI manip to where if I jump underneath this raptor right here, then I will be allowed to get onto the ladder, which I didn't get it quite well, but
Ooh.
it's little things like that where you might have to manipulate the AI and get through efficiently. Um, Most of the missions have this kind of dramatic finish to them. This one, I activated a gas panel, so now we're just killing all the dinosaurs in here, which kind of goes against what I said before about not killing the dinosaurs, but the lore behind this level is that there's a raptor infestation, and there are just too many raptors that we can't fight, so we just have to activate the switch and get out.
Yeah. With that being done, that'll be level 1 done.
A little bit more about the lore behind this game is there's an evil corporation called Biosyn. So that's who these mercenary guys are that I'm going to be fighting. They're trying to take over Jurassic Park, and we can't let that happen. Um, if you've ever played this game before, which is very possible, this game was pretty popular back on the SNES. You may remember that this game is very difficult. Even for a casual player, like this game is super hard. You may remember these flamethrower guys. Hopefully we can get through these flamethrower guys without slowing down and taking too much damage. Oh, by the way, these edge skips. Okay. The edge skips I mentioned before, where you land on the very edge of something, you'll kind of notice how they happen on these little concrete blocks, like right here. Hopefully I can get a few.
Yeah, and this is the level, right, that has a vine skip you were talking about?
Yeah.
Coming up?
So
Yeah, so
right
coming up,
here is a double vine skip. Hopefully I can get it. It's pretty hard, but
so coming up, instead of jumping on the vine, so I'll do like a
well.
jump skip. I failed the first one, but
Yeah,
kind of got
that
the second one. But
that jump is
basically,
really
you can skip
hard.
basically you'll skip the vine section there. It saves a couple frames, but very
Mm-hmm.
difficult to do.
And I gotta kind of be careful on health. Okay, we're good. Some of these levels, I'm gonna cut it really close on health, just because of, you know, how difficult this game is. Alright, so we found the engine scientist, the guy we were looking for. Now we can just mash to the main menu, and we're on to the next level, T-Rex Carnage. So, John, this is your time to shine.
It's my time to shine. Since I know very little about the speedrun, I decided to add another juice to the speedrun by giving you guys dinosaur facts for the levels that have mainly the dinosaurs. And since this is a T-Rex level, I'm gonna give you guys some T-Rex facts. Because why not? So did you know that even though the T-Rex have, small arms throughout all the dinosaurs, they actually have the same size arms that we do? So I'll give you a second thought. And the T-Rex has the most powerful bite by far by any animal, which is 10 times stronger than a crocodile.
this guy's gonna follow
That,
me, yeah.
that
One
just
thing
shows.
we do with, real quick, one thing we do with these raptor spawns is that if you jump at the right time, they'll get far enough off to the left of the screen, and they'll despawn. If you don't jump at the right time, like I did just now, hopefully you won't get hit, but sometimes they might not get far enough off the screen, and they'll just chase you down. So that's one efficient way to get through the raptor spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this level is about the T-Rex, which we are about to encounter right now, after this loading screen. You may recall this scene from the first movie. It played out basically like this.
And there you go. We got a little downtime here. I already read my T-Rex facts, so
Yeah.
talk more about a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Despite popular belief in this game, they don't actually explode, as you're gonna see.
You're gonna don't spoil it.
Oh, my fault.
Pretty much we're
I got a
just
little ahead of you.
yeah, we're just thwarting off the T-Rex right now just by shooting it. If you don't shoot at it, then he'll catch up to you and you'll probably die. I'm not gonna go for the full vineless skip.
That's true.
Press F to pay respects to our driver who drove off the cliff in order to save us.
Yeah. Was there a lore reason behind that? That was kind of heroic,
He actually does have a name, but I keep forgetting it. It doesn't matter how many times I've been told, I keep forgetting it.
That's fair, that's fair.
Alright, so here is probably the longest level. Well,
Yeah.
second longest maybe.
Yeah. So coming up on this level 2, it has like one of the only tricks in the speedrun coming up.
Not yet.
Not this level? Oh,
But we do
coming up.
have the one rare dinosaur,
Good.
the Oviraptor. These guys right here.
Yeah.
This is the only level you'll see him on. There are a few facts on the Oviraptor.
There is. So if you don't know about the Oviraptor, their name stands for egg thief. But despite their name, they don't actually steal other dinosaur eggs. They lay their own eggs. That was a long gone myth with their name. But it's funny to think that they stole all the dinosaur eggs, which I alive. And even though they're named Oviraptor, they're not part of the raptor family. They just have the name. So what's up with that? I don't know who named the dinosaurs, but we need to talk about it.
Oh no, I missed it. Okay, so right there, I was supposed to screen wrap around this bazooka. If you get far enough to the right of the screen, then the bazooka guy will screen wrap to the other side of the screen, and you'll be able to miss the bazooka, but I missed it a little bit, so it's fine.
It's all good.
This level, there's a holy grail. When it comes to holy grails of speedrunning and their games, this game's holy grail is to find a skip on this level. What we have to do in this level is pick up these batteries in each of these 5 rooms in order to unlock a door at the end of that kind of main hub hallway. But yeah, that door is locked until we collect these 5 batteries. And the idea behind the Holy Grail would be to either somehow skip the door entirely, unlock it early, or do something. Because going through each of these individual rooms is pretty slow. So if anyone wants to get onto that, that'd be cool. I'm going to take
Yeah.
this a little bit safe, because this is one of the levels where health becomes a real issue if you're going as fast as you can. So I'm going to take it just a little bit safe. Alright, we should be good though.
There you go.
So this is the last room. Jump over that guy. Alright, so scary part's over. This is the door that's normally locked until you find all 5 of those batteries. So yeah, if we could somehow bypass the door or do some weird manipulation of something, then that would be a huge time save.
Yeah, like you were saying, this is the longest mission in the game, right?
It's at least the second longest mission, yeah.
Got you.
Alright, so these
Definitely.
scientist guys are biosins scientists, not engines, so we're gonna have to kill them. Alright, and that's that level.
There we go.
Next up is Blockade. This level, first of all, features probably the best OST in the game, in my opinion. But it also features really the only sequence break we have in the run, and hopefully I can nail it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm going to use a fan to clip myself into the floor, and then once I'm clipped into the floor, I will have a 2-frame window. This game runs at 60 FPS, by the way. I will have a 2-frame window to press right on the joystick, and if I do it at the correct time, then I will be able to clip through the floor and be able to land into the final boss room.
Yeah, it's quite of a funny skip when you look at it. I've seen it a couple times, and it's funny. And Fallen was actually one of the main guys who did find the skip, or
Yeah,
helped find the skip.
yeah. So shout
So
out to our hero Magus if he's watching. He was the one who initially found the how to get out of bounds to begin with, and then we kind of did an expanded version after you fall into the void. So, anyways, it's coming up here. I'll have a few attempts at it. Hopefully, I'll get it.
I'll have around 3 attempts if he messes it up, but
Hopefully,
it's
3
coming up
attempts.
right now. Yeah.
So yeah, these fans. Hang on, let me kill this guy real quick. So I'm going to use this fan on the right to clip into the floor. If I can get it. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to press right at the correct time. And I nailed it.
There, first try. There we go.
And now here's the boss kill. That is Bruce. And we will see him later in the run.
R.I.P. Bruce.
Alright, first try. That was really good.
Good job, good job.
Alright, so I mentioned before this game has very little RNG, but this is the one level that there actually is RNG. At the very end, we are going to have to input a correct combination. We're going to have to flip a few certain switches in the correct order, and the correct order is going to be random whenever I enter the room. So there's no way to manipulate which correct or which one is correct until you get into there, really. That jump is really hard. I tried to get under the grenade, but that jump is really difficult.
Right, you still have a couple frames of that jump. Like every jump here is almost
Yeah.
just a couple of frames. Yeah.
Right here, I'm going to try to manipulate this raptor AI to jump off the platform, and I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, so the movements, again, there's very little RNG, but with the movement of the raptors or the running soldiers, it kind of depends on how your movement, and they kind of react to your movement. So if you can do everything the exact same way every single time, then you know the enemies will react the exact same way. But if anything is slightly different, if your movement is just slightly different, then they might react a little bit differently.
Mhm. Even if it's one frame off or one frame input off, if you jump one frame later, it'll change the AI
Yeah, it might.
code. Yeah. So.
So coming up, I'm going to do a safe strat. I'm going to do a damage boost. And interesting thing about damage boosting, if you land um, a certain way, then you actually won't take any damage from a fall. So I'm really high up on the top of the map. I'm going to use one of these running soldiers. Oh, I might miss this. Okay. I barely landed on the platform. I would have died if I missed that. But yeah, I didn't take any fall damage because I landed on my back, which is pretty interesting. I can't really explain that, but that's just how it is. And I fell off the rail at the very last second before I got hit, so I came very close to missing that platform, and I would have fallen into the void. That would have been bad. So anyways, here's the RNG bit. I'm gonna kill these raptors first. I'm not gonna do that. So we have to activate these switches, and it's random what the order is. You activate them by shooting them, and of course I get the worst combination possible.
Eh.
And there we go.
Mhm.
There's your 1 bit of RNG in the run.
Of course, it comes halfway during the run.
Yeah.
So right after you do the hardest skip in the game, you have to do the
It,
most RNG mission. That's just how it works.
it should be noted that there's no rule stating you have to play the levels in a specific order. Like, you don't have to go down the list. Because like I said, you can select whichever mission you want to begin with. So you can totally start with blockade and get that hard trick out of the way at the very start, but I'm really stubborn and I don't do that. I just go down the list. Anyways, we're on High Terra now. We have a few pterosaur facts, I believe.
We do, we do. We have a whole family, and with their name, basically means winged reptile, and their fact is they can fly. Pretty much all of them can fly. As you can see, a pterodactyl right now is chasing him.
Believe it or not, pterodactyls could fly, yes.
They can fly, but yeah, ringed reptile, they can fly. We're also climbing on rocks too, so got a cool some rock edges we can do later on in the mission. Uh,
Alright, I'm gonna shoot this boulder early so I can... Oh, Oh, I almost ninja dodged that boulder.
True.
These boulder spawns that are just falling aren't technically random, but again, they react to your movement. So if something is just slightly off on your movement, then you might get a weird spawn. That spawn that just hit me was a little bit weird. Alright, so... coming up, we have a pretty cool strat that I found. I'm going to do a damage boost across a rail, and I'm going to try to avoid grabbing the rail, because climbing on the rails is really slow. And if I get it, I'll save maybe like 5 frames or something really small like that, and if I miss it, I lose 3. So here it is right here. And I nailed it. Let's go. There are a few frames to hit that between when you shoot the grenadier and when you jump onto the rail. So that's really nice that I got that. Alright. That is Hytera.
There you go. In my opinion, the coolest mission done.
Yeah, and I didn't even do all the strats. There are some. There, when it comes to strats in this game, most of them will save very, very, very little time, like maybe a second, if you're lucky. Most of them are just like a few frames here and there. So this game can be pretty unforgiving with how fast you can go.
Hmm.
Alright, so
Right.
this level can be pretty dangerous because there are a lot of the flamethrower guys. And if you want to go fast, most of the time you're going to take damage from these flamethrowers. This spot right here is one area where um, the enemy spawns can be different, so depending on how they are, well, you'll have to adjust what your strat is and how you get through it, or else you'll get knocked down. Alright, that spot right there is pretty tough. Alright, so now we're at the end. We'll be able to take out this guy real quick. And that is that level. So that level gave us a new weapon, which is the Super Bazooka, is what we call it. And we are going to use that on a boss fight later on in the level, or in the game. Not this level, but later on. Now we're on Seek and Destroy. We are going to infiltrate this raptor nest and blow it up. And I believe we have a few raptor facts, Velociraptor facts, right?
Yeah, we do have a few Velociraptor facts. Just a few. Um, so one thing you'll notice in the movies and in the games is that they don't have feathers.
In order to kill them. I missed that jump. That's okay. Alright, so we're at the raptor nest. We planted the bomb, and now we have to escape.
Yeah.
He has, I guess, important intel, engine intel, so we're trying to catch him. This level's
I
pretty
have it.
simple. There's just a lot of flamethrower guys. Alright, coming up on the end of the spy level.
Here we are.
Alright.
We are getting there. Couple more missions left to go.
I think my stream is
For the-
dying.
Let me check.
I'm reading chat.
I don't know if it was your stream or check your stream.
Hang on. I'm gonna end Discord sharing.
Okay. Just a little bit. Your game is frozen, but your timer's still going.
Yeah, I know. I paused the game.
Okay.
I paused the game.
Oh, you paused it. Okay. Yeah, so your stream's fine.
Okay. I'm not sure how far behind
Oh, I think we're good.
Speed Marathon is. SpeedGaming is.
Oh yeah, your stream is fine. SpeedGaming had issues.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Alright, so now we're on Protect the Gallimimus, and I have no idea what these spawns are now, because I had to pause for a sec. But, right here, there's going to be a really tricky jump. Hopefully I can get it. Underneath that grenade, that is a very tight jump.
Nice.
Luckily there are no flamethrower guys on this level, so this level's pretty chill. Until it becomes not chill. Notice these landmines hidden in the ground. They can come up on you real quick. We have a few Gallimimus facts, right?
We do. I have some fun facts other than they're like really boring dinosaurs. When I was looking at their facts. So they have small hands like the T-Rex. It's a pretty similar size. But not the only dinosaur that has small hands. And they live in the desert. They're like only found in deserts. But other than that, like the other facts I found, they're just pretty boring. And if this is your favorite dinosaur, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard it, but we were discussing our favorite dinosaurs. And I asked in chat everyone's favorite dinosaur. But my favorite dinosaur as a kid was the Ouranosaurus, coming from Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I don't know if y'all have ever played that game. But nowadays, my favorite dinosaur is probably the Deinonychus, just because it has a cool name. So yeah, let me see everyone's favorite dinosaur in chat.
Yeah. Mine would be the Spinosaurus, because it one's up the T-Rex. And I don't know, everyone's favorite dinosaur when they were a kid was the T-Rex.
Alright, so right here I'm going to destroy this mine so I can quickly jump over it. Alright, so we do have the newly acquired Super Bazooka, which I'm going to use during this boss fight, this helicopter fight. If I can get past these guys. So right here, I'm gonna destroy it, the cage, with the bazooka, and get some quick shots in on the helicopter, and there we go. Alright, so now those are the 6 main missions that we could have played in any order. Now we have these. They're not really bonus missions because they're still in the game. You'll encounter them regardless of what difficulty you play on. So yeah, we're coming up kind of towards the end of the game. This level there is a scout, a secret scout that was injured, and we need to rescue him because he has vital information on the Biosyn headquarters and its location. So we need to save him. And I'm actually going to do another damage boost later on in this level.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I don't need to. We're good, we're good. Right here, I'm just going
Alright.
to take this full fall damage. I could have gotten hit by that raptor and negated the fall damage, but that's a little bit slow. I would have had to stand up after getting knocked down. But we're good. So right here, we're going to do a kind of scary jump past this flamer. Little fun fact about the flamers is that if you stand directly inside of them, their fire won't hit you. And right here I'm going to do a quick rock clip, and I got it. Saved a couple frames by getting pulled forward just very slightly.
Nice.
In order to do that rock clip, you have to turn around to face the opposite direction as soon as you touch the rock, and then you'll get pulled into the direction you want to go. Alright, so now we are in the Biosyn headquarters, the main antagonist headquarters of this game. This is definitely the longest mission in the game. So right here are these flamethrower guys. There's a couple of these guys perched at the very top of a ramp, and it's very hard to get past them without taking any damage. I'm gonna take it pretty safe and attack them from afar. Hopefully their fire won't reach me. But there's a lot of flamethrower guys on this level. Like I said, if you've ever played this game before, you probably remember how brutal these flamethrower guys are. Alright, luckily we do grab a health kit along the way. The game developers are gracious enough to give us a health kit. This guy right here, if you're not fast enough on that ladder, then the flamethrower guy will just walk right over to you while you're still on the ladder, and he'll just flame you from the ladder. And that one's really bad. Alright, so here is the one health kit in the level. So now whatever happens, happens. Right here, I'm gonna try to get past this guy real quick. Took minimal damage. And here's another quick flamer kill. Hopefully I can get it. Nice. Oh, whoops. Alright, so now I'm gonna do, for the rest of the level, I'm gonna do a combination of the machine gun and the shotgun. I'm gonna get a few bursts of the machine gun into the flamers, and then finish them off with the shotgun, just to conserve some shotgun ammo, because we're running low, and we want to save some for the final fight. Oh, that was really close. I almost got hit by that grenade. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright. So, we're looking good on health. Now we're going to do this really long fall, but luckily you can just grab a ladder and you won't take any fall damage. Here we're going to jump past this guy. And another quick flamer kill. And then one last dangerous flamer who's just perched at the very top of that ladder. So if you're not fast enough getting up, then he'll just walk over and just start attacking you. Alright, I'm going to kind of take this slow. If you remember on Blockade, our friend Bruce, well, here he is again. And now he's dead. Again, using that mechanic where if you're right up against an enemy or a wall, you can just spam the shotgun as fast as possible. Alright, so now this level, this is Biosyn's final last attempt at destroying Jurassic Park. They have planted these bombs that we're supposed to disarm, But funny little quirk about this level is you don't actually have to. These bombs right here, you don't actually have to do anything. I can't speak. You can just run right past them, and yeah, you're supposed to pick them up and disarm them, but yeah, we just run past them. It's too slow to pick them up. Alright, so not gonna go for that. Right here, we're gonna manipulate the spawn of a rain of fire. Hopefully I can get this really tight jump, and I nailed it. When I enter that room, I walk to the left very slightly, and that delayed the spawn of that rain of fire just a little bit, just enough to where I could go underneath it. And now we have a Triceratops fight. You got any Triceratops packs?
You have a few Triceratops.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So if you actually look at Triceratops, as you can see in the game, they actually have a beak, kind of shaped like a bird. So that's cool. Obviously they have 3 horns, and their biggest rival in the dinosaur universe was a T-Rex. They fought a lot.
Speaking of T-Rex, you may remember early in the run, but now we're actually gonna fight the T-Rex.
Yes.
We're gonna stand right up underneath the T-Rex as he stops, which he stops in specified spots. And again, using the mechanic, if you're right up against an enemy, you can just spam your shots. And I get it. Yes, I got a 50 kill. And if John didn't spoil it earlier, that T-Rex explodes when you kill him.
Yeah, it's on me. But yeah, despite popular belief in this game, they don't actually explode.
Yeah. So now we're on the final mission. This is the extra mission we get from playing on hard. We have to escape and destroy this helicopter by destroying a couple different components. And again, I have the standard SMG. You can't actually switch weapons, so I have to mash as fast as I can in order to kill the helicopter. Otherwise, you fire at a very slow rate. Alright, am I going to get the 5th cycle or 4th cycle? I might get it. No, I'm not going to get it. Yeah, I missed it. Okay, that's fine. I just have to kill the machine gun on the front, and that'll be it. Couple more shots, and there it goes. And time. If I can stop the timer. There we go. 37:41. With like a minute of pausing just to make sure everything was good in the stream.
Not a bad run.
Yeah, that's a marathon PB right there for sure.
Well, if it wasn't for that minute pause, it would only be like a minute off record. So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm math right.
And yeah, that's the end of that game. I really enjoyed this game. It's one of my all-time favorites. I didn't mention this earlier, but I am playing on Switch Virtual Console. There is a newly released Jurassic Park Classic Games collection released on next-gen consoles, and this game is included in that. So if you do want to play this game, you can easily pick up that game, the Classic Games collection, along with a few other games. But that's an easy way to play this game if you want to. I really hope people do, because I really love this game. It's one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, that's about it. That about does it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah.